Hi guys, good to have you all back. So the other day I asked you if you had any requests for projects. So I've been in conversation with a couple of you. So some of you were newbies, some of you were actually established paper crafters like card makers or scrapbookers or what have you. And the most common thing was that you have not actually made a junk journal yet because of a couple of reasons. Reason number one, because you don't think you'll be able to because you don't have the skills. You do. Love, I'm going to show you, you can. Then you don't have the time for it. Well, if you have the time to watch one of my videos, you will have the time to make a junk journal for sure. You don't have all the pretty papers that I have. You don't need all the pretty papers that I have. You just need paper. And also some of you, and that's like a really valid reason, are working on a budget. Yeah. Now, I could tell you, I can show you how to make a junk journal for free. Do you want to see it? Yes, here it is. Ta-da! See, I'm gonna do a flip through, yeah? Because, there's no such thing, lovies. The only thing in life that's free is the air that we breathe. So it's going to be a junk journal made out of air. But what I can do is show you how to make a beginner-friendly, budget-friendly, very quick and easy junk journal. Yeah? So if you are a newbie or you have not made a journal yet and you keep putting it off and telling yourself, one day I will, it's one day. It's going to be one day. Now, if you are an established journal maker, it's going to be fun because we're going back to basics and it will remind us why we love this hobby. Yes, either we're playing with, wrapping paper from a chocolate bar or a very expensive scrapbook paper. We just love playing with paper. So let us remind ourselves where we started at the beginning. So, guys, I have come prepared. Let me show you. Ta-da! Yes, I've come prepared. I made sort of a spreadsheet. Now, guys, my handwriting is horrible. So I made it this. Yes, had fun. So we're making a budget journal in 5 steps. Step 1 will be gathering the resources. Now, this is going to be a very important one because here's where the budget comes in. So I recommend have some pen and paper next to you because I'm going to show you all sorts of paper items that you probably never thought of that you can use in your junk journals. Then we're going to create a cover. I'm going to make a very basic cover, but while doing it, probably tell you what else you could do. Then making a signature. I'm going to make it very simple, very easy. Anyone can join in. Doing the binding or the sewing. I will tell about a couple of different ways that you can do it. Yes. And then step 5 will be decorating. Now, for the decorating, I'm going to do something very basic because I could do decorating for hours and hours and make videos and videos on it. Maybe, if you want to, let me know. I could do a couple of videos about decorating your budget journal with budget stuff. Yeah? Okay, now for supplies. Here's what you need to do. Take out some pen and paper because I'm going to show you all sorts of paper items or items that you probably have lying around the house that you can use. And we're going to use it today. Yeah. Then for the other supplies, I'm going to do very basic ruler, knife, glue, scissors. And for sewing, a needle. Yeah. Okay. Get your pen and paper ready. Let's start with step 1. Gathering the resources. Let me show you what you can use for a cover. For a cover, we just need something a little bit sturdier. Yes, it doesn't need to be very heavy because you could actually repurpose an old book, just the cover, if you want to. Take everything out and use this as the cover for junk journal. But this is not really beginner friendly, so I'm not going to use a book. But you might use, and this is the easiest one, lovies, a greeting card. Just a greeting card. You have a cover here. Just, cover this up. It will have one signature. Very small, very easy, very quick. Just lovely. It doesn't need to be a birthday card. It could be a Christmas card. Or just packaging. This is a piece of packaging that some paper came in. And I can make a trifold from this or what have you. Backings from scrapbook paper. You could just use scrapbook paper. It just needs to be a little bit heavier. But if you want this to be budget friendly, something that you might throw out. Yeah? Like, a birthday card that you don't really enjoy, you want to cover up. File folders or manila folders or a folder. Yes, don't buy them, but just look at your office, or maybe you work in an office and you can, borrow one. Just a folder, something that's a little bit heavier. Gift bags or just, paper bags. Paper bags or gift bags. You can make a journal cover out of this. So let me flip this over. Packaging. This is actually Amazon packaging. It's like a sort of envelope, cardboard envelope. Yeah, you can use this. Yeah, if you want to. Or a little bit sturdier packaging. This is where my ink subscriptions come from. Or just, corrugated cardboard. Just cut pieces and you can make something with this. Envelopes. I love playing with envelopes. Now, you can have a smaller envelope, a bigger envelope, a used envelope or a new envelope. Or these are actually these bubble envelopes. These make for lovely covers. And it has a little bit of crinkling in it, yes. Or packaging material. Now, we don't eat cereal or anything like this in our household. So I don't have bigger boxes. I do have tissue boxes because we do blow our noses. But just pretend that this is a cereal box. You can use this for a cover. Yes. So, is that it for all the covers? Yes, the covers. Let me show you for the papers, for the signatures inside. Did you write everything down? Yes. For papers, you probably have one of these items, lovies. Yes, you can use something. For the other papers, let me show you. Now, all the papers that I'm showing you, you don't need all of them to make a journal. You just need a couple of them, right? This is packaging material, Amazon packaging material. I just sort of straightened it out and you can use it, love. It's just paper. Or coffee dyed paper. Now, I don't enjoy coffee dyeing myself, so I do not have a video on how to coffee dye, but Google it. This is just copy paper, just normal copy paper, and then you coffee dye it, and it makes for just lovely colored paper. Now, book pages. This is actually a really beautiful book page from the inside of a fantastic book. Now, I know you do not have all the books that I have. Even the New York Public Library doesn't have as many books. Just joking. But you probably have some books. One of my favorite books to use is Encyclopedia, Dictionary. Two books that are obsolete because we have the internet, so we don't need them. Magazine pages. Now, this is actually an old one, but you do not need an old one. If it has a lovely image on here, you can use it. Children's book pages. Now, go to your child's bedroom or toy room or what have you, or maybe you have grandchildren. You probably have some coloring books or what have you. Just use some. I only have very old ones, lovelies, but you could use newer ones or just normal writing paper book pages. Just normal book pages, yeah? Envelopes, not only for making the covers, but also for making pages. And if they have windows, bonus. Now, this is actually sort of a glassine glassine bag for sandwiches or what have you. And when I'm in a restaurant and they serve me something in this, I am very cheeky and I ask them, can you perhaps maybe give me another one of those? Sometimes they're like, oh, sure, there you go. You can use this. This is normal brown paper for packages, the brown paper packages tied up with string. You can use this. This is gift wrapping paper. And it's pretty. And we all save it. Well, I do. I've been saving gift wrapping since forever. And this is something lovely. Tissue paper with a lovely print on it. Some tissue paper. You can use this. Wallpaper. I love wallpaper. I also have a roll of wallpaper. Now, I find these in thrift shops, of course, but look in your attic or in the garage or whatever you keep the leftovers of your wallpaper, and you might have some, and it's just fantastic paper. See, this is also wallpaper. Very beautiful. Now, paper bags in all sorts and shapes and sizes and with prints on them. For sandwiches or for gifts or what have you. Just small paper bags. Small paper bags. Doilies. All sizes, all shapes, all sorts of colors. You have big ones, small ones. I have these really big cake ones as well. Now, guys, you don't need to go out and buy doilies. Maybe you have one, then use it. This you might not have, but you might. Some sewing pattern paper. We use this in the Netherlands. Well, this is the most common one that I see here in the Netherlands with all the lines. It's just interesting. But you also have the tissue one. It just makes for some interesting paper. Maybe you have some old photo albums with preferably this spiderweb vellum or the normal vellum. Use it. Love, use it. Calendars, birthday calendars, or just, old calendars that you don't use anymore. So, calendars. Some papers from games. This is for bridge. This is, I don't even know what this is for. This is for Yahtzee. Some of these game paper pads, or just playing cards, or other game cards. This is actually street map. Yes, we now have Google Maps and such, but you might have in your glove compartment some old street maps. And, that'll be fantastic. Or an atlas. My favorite book to use is an encyclopedia. Encyclopedias and dictionaries. They're fantastic. Maybe you have some just ordinary notepads that you write some messages on or what have you. And they have lovely images on them. Or you have notebooks from, your kids or what have you, old ones that you can also use. You might even want to coffee dye this. Then a couple of other different papers that you might not have thought of. This is actually a sort of a paper table runner. Yes? A paper table runner. It's just fantastic paper. Or drawer lining paper. This is scented. It's paper, love. It's paper. And then the napkins. Napkins. I have a bunch. You just need the one. You just need the one. Now, for decorating and such and making ephemera, I also have some lovely papers that you can find around the house. You can use all sorts of packaging material, lovies. Now, mind you, if there was food inside and it has a scent or a stain or it's greased, or don't use it. I do not want to be responsible for your stinky, smelly, greasy journals. No. So I actually have this is sort of a plasticky one where a tea came in. Yes, and I can use. I think it's a lovely image. So you can use this, or price tags, or just small packaging, whatever, or thank you cards or business cards. This is probably a wrapper for something around a coffee cup. Why not? Or just unusual stuff that comes with an order of your packaging, or if it's unusual, you can keep it. These are actually bottle labels from either beer bottles or wine bottles. If you soak them, yes, sometimes you can take it off because some of them are actually really, really pretty. So see if you have some lovely bottles, wine bottles or what have you. All sorts of cards, greeting cards. Yes, these are actually birth announcement cards. Just lovely. Now I have loads of fussy cuts in this pouch here. They all came from one encyclopedia volume that I've been using for years and years. Yeah, that's it for papers, but I also have some other stuff that you can sort of use and decorate with. Fabrics, all sorts of fabrics. Now, lovies, you don't need complete sheets. You don't need to go out to thrift shops and find some. Maybe you have an old pillowcase, yes, and it had this lovely sort of edge around it. You don't need the pillowcase, but take off the edges. Or this is actually from a gift wrapping, whatever. Or some lace trims from garments that you have, or old tea towels, old curtains. Before throwing, fabric out, see if you can use it. And I have all sorts of small scrappy bits, so you actually don't need big pieces. Sometimes I make pockets out of handkerchiefs. Now, I mainly have very old, beautiful vintage handkerchiefs, but maybe you have some and it has a nasty stain on it or a rip in it. There's most of the time a lovely image in a corner, and you can make beautiful pockets out of this. And this, you can make pockets with this, or trim, or what have you. Just normal paper clips. You don't need the fancy smancy ones. Paper clips, fantastic item to use in junk journaling. Buttons. Now I have a huge button collection. But I think most of you will have like very ordinary, like white plain buttons or black or brown ones. You're like, I'm not going to use those. You can alter them, lovies. Yes, you can make something pretty with these. Then beads. Now, buying beads is very expensive, but maybe you have this earring, you've lost the other one, you've been looking for it for 2 years. Guess what? You're never going to find it. You have the earring, use it. It has lovely beads. Now, I don't have earrings because I don't wear earrings. But, I found this in a thrift shop with all of these sort of, lovely beaded thingies on it. Some old jewelry that is broken that you don't use. Use the beads from your old jewelry. Is that it? Well, there's loads more for sure. I urge you, lovies, if you came up with something else, please put it in the comments because we're all going to read them. We're going to read all the comments, all of us. We're going to have a field day. Yes, we're going to enjoy ourselves because we might learn something. And I'm very curious what you are using, right? Okay, that's it for all the supplies. Yeah? Now, I don't even have an hour left, but we'll make a journal for sure. We're going to start with step 2, creating a cover. Now, I've decided to go for the quickest, easiest one, and probably the prettiest one. Take out a greeting card, a double one, yes? Could be like a taller one or a wider one, just, anything that you have that you, partially like, yeah? I do not like this fact that it says happy birthday here, and there has all sorts of this on the outside, and then a whole story here. It's not addressed to me. It was addressed to someone else. So I want to cover this up. I want to cover the inside up and the outside. But we have papers now, right? Now, I do not want to put paper over the whole image. I just want to put paper here so the happy birthday sort of disappears. And you can do what have you. I was thinking maybe to add a piece of doily there. That could be an amazing idea. But I found in my small pouch of Encyclopedia Fuzzy Cuts this sort of color wheel. And I think if I put it on here like so, it's going to look amazing. It's just interesting. So I'm just going to glue this on. You don't need art glitter glue for this, lovies. No, just, take out your glue stick. Preferably have something underneath because now I am again gluing my mat. Yes, well, I'm in a hurry because I want to show you how you can make this within an hour. And I've already been babbling for way too long about what you could use. There you go. Now you could fold it over. I'm just going to cut it off. And we're going to add something else for sure. Oh yes, put glue there. That's just an amazing idea. We could also do this. I'm just going to do this. Yeah. Now, I'm going to cover up the inside as well. The gift wrapping paper is very thin paper. To make pages out of this would be too flimsy. But what you can use it for is to cover something that you want to cover up. So I want to cover up this whole piece here. So I'm just going to glue beautiful gift wrapping paper over it. Because we just can. We just can. Yeah. So I'm just going to put glue all over it. And there you go. Ta-da. Now you can cut it to size, but you can also just add glue, put it on. There you go. I might also make a pocket in the back. Now we have all the writing covered up. And maybe it's writing that you really like and you want to keep. Right? Yeah. So keep it. Keep it then. There we go. And you just basically cut off stuff that is left. You could also use tissue paper for this or any other normal paper that you have, loves. Yeah. Doesn't need to be gift wrapping paper. I just thought the colors went very well with this. This card's actually very weird. I received it today. It was my address, my complete address. But addressed to someone else that I don't know. also that does not even live nearby, because, you know, I saw her name and I don't know anyone by that name. So, and it doesn't have a return to sender. So now it's going to be a journal. There we go. Yeah. And I'm also going to cover up the back. For the back, I'm using, you know, this. Because it's almost the perfect size, right? I'm just going to cut a piece off. And I'm going to glue it on. Quick, right? Yes. Very, very quick. Now, this is going to be just one signature journal. So this is the simplest one. If you start out, lovies, do something simple like this. For instance, for Christmas, take out your old Christmas cards and just make a small Christmas journal. I'm just going to put it sort of in the center. I'm going to trim all around it. For your Christmas projects, right? Yeah. So I'm going to trim all around it, yeah. And then I need to do a little bit of decorating here, but I do not know what yet. But we're going to find out later. So there you have it. I have my cover. We are already at step number 3, making a signature. Now, I've taken out the stuff that I've already shown you. And I'm just going to make a signature. You need to keep in mind the size of your journal. But if your pages, lovey, are too big, doesn't really matter. Or if they're too small, as long as you can bind them in. I'm going to do this very, very simple. I'm going to start with a piece of wallpaper that is actually a little bit shorter than the journal, but that's quite all right. If I fold it in like so, it's sticking out here. So I could do either 2 things. I can trim it, or I could make sort of a pocket with it. So because it's too big, I'm just going to fold this over like so. Yes. And then fold this in. So I ripped it here, but that's quite all right. I'm going to make a pocket here. I wanted to smooth it out and then it ripped. So see, now it fits in. And if we open it up, I'm going to glue this. It's already a side loading pocket and we can put something lovely here, right? Yes. Okay, again with this one, which is an odd size because, well, actually if we fold it, I think if we fold, oh, I love this. It'll probably work. I'm going to fold it in. I'm going to trim. I think I need to trim it for the tiniest bit, but I really want to keep in the holes here. Yeah. But I need to trim it. But we can, because, you know, we have ruler, knife, scissors, ruler. There we go. So I'm just going to make it the tiniest bit smaller so it will fit. Now, one side of this paper is blank. Do not be afraid of the blank because, you know, we want to decorate. So we do not want to decorate this side of the page. Fantastic. This side you can do all sorts of journaling on or something that you like. And then on the inside, room for decorating. Yeah, so do not be afraid of blank pages. This is beautiful coffee dyed paper. What's the size of my cards? Yeah, I'm going to make it shorter. Just like so. And then I'm just going to fold it in. What else do we have? We have, oh, this came from an old magazine. I'm going to take off the top. It's just a beautiful image and I love the colors. Now the other side of this image is not that amazing. It's, well, you know, old text. I'm going to have this in the center. I think I want to have this in the center. Why? Because when you open it up, it's going to be in the center of the signature. You will see the whole image. And I think that's just lovely. What else do we have? Paper bag. That'll fit. This book page image. Is it too big? It is. going to take off a little bit. Where am I putting my ruler? Oh, here. I'm sorry. So much stuff on my desk now. Yeah. Well, we're going fast. The longest part, guys, is going to be picking out the papers for your project. Is the little girl on here? Yes, the little girl is on here. Look, Christmas tree. Yep, that's fantastic. Now it will not hold a lot of papers. Just some normal book page, some normal, well, this is old book page, but you know, book page. Do we want some of the vellum? I'm gonna fold this in. Will it be the right size? A little bit too long. Guess what I'm doing? I'm going to make pockets with this. So I'm going to fold this up rather than cutting it off. Folding this up. This is going to be pockets. Do I want to use the envelope? I think I want to use the envelope, but I'm going to make a pocket out of this. So I'm going to use it later. This book page is actually beautiful. And I do love the images on them. But I think I just want the bottom part here. This part. Actually, this is going to be a pocket. Yes. Oh yeah. It's upside down, but I don't really mind. And then this is going to be the actual page. Will this be too wide, or do I need to trim it? No, it'll fit. It'll fit. I think we already have enough. Now I'm going to put everything together. So we have our signature. Let me show you how I put it together. As I mentioned, I want this in the center because when you open up the journal in the center, it will have this lovely image. I do not want to break it up into 2 pages. So what I always keep in mind is what am I going to see in the center and what am I going to see when I open it up. So I'm putting this lovely image here in the front. So I'm starting with this one and I'm ending with this one. Then all the pages in between, I'm just going to alternate between a lovely image and something more neutral. So not all the images together and not all the neutrals together. So alternate a little bit, love. Also, do not put all the pockets on one side and then on the other side nothing. Just, you know, try to figure out what comes where. But you do you. You do you, love. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so let me see. Everything is in the right order. Also, everything is the right side up, right? Yeah. Just center it a little bit. And close up my signature. Put it in the inside of the journal. Let's see if everything fits in. Now, this one sticks out the tiniest bit. But if I cut it off, I'm going to lose this. So I'm going to keep it as is. Because I'll probably, because that's what I actually want to do, I want to put a little bit of lace on the edge of the cover. So this will be on the inside. Yeah? Make any sense? Okay. So everything will fit. Now for the binding, don't be scared, loves. It's not that difficult, I promise you. Yes, you're gonna need a big needle. Not a small tiny one, big needle. And then I'm using some embroidery floss. But do any sort of cotton or something that is a little bit sturdier than just, you know, normal sewing machine thread. Something that is a thread. Yes, of anything. Anything at all. I'm using embroidery floss. You're gonna need 2 paper clips or clamps. I have these clamps out, but paper clips will do, love. Then you're gonna flip the center. Put it in the center. Not difficult. Yes. Is it in? Yes. I'm leaving a little bit of room on each side. Push it all the way to the middle. Then you're going to take out your paper clips or your clamps. I'm going to do this. And there's one. And I'm going to do this on the other side. There's the other one. Now we're just doing one signature. If you're going to do multiple signatures, it's going to be a little bit difficult. But I'm just doing one because I'm doing the greeting card. Yes, everything is in. Yeah? Okay. Now, don't have it flat, have it at an angle. Now, take out either your big needle, you could poke a hole with your big needle, or something pointy like a barbecue skewer, or, you know, I have an awl or a pokey tool, but find something in the garage. Maybe your husband has something that you can use. Now, I'm just going to eyeball it. You don't even need to measure. I'm going to eyeball the center. I'm going to have this, not flat, love, at an angle. And then put a hole in the center. Twist it, twist it, twist it. You can see it coming out on the other side. In the middle. Yes, so not here, not here. In the middle, in the middle. Yeah? Okay, now I know I have some papers in here that are smaller than this one. So I'm not going to go all the way to the edge because some of the papers will not be, you know, sewn in. That's actually not really a problem because it's going to work fine. So most of the time what I do is like remove it an inch or so. Again, at an angle. No measuring, just eyeball it. Just eyeball it. If you have made a couple of journals, you want to do something a little bit more precise, well, then you can measure it. But for now, I'm just eyeballing it. So we have 3 holes. For me, this is the easiest way to bind in a journal. Now, I've taken out some floss. I did split it in 2. This is embroidery floss. And then the rule is have it 2.5 times the length of your journal. The length, love, not the width. For me, that's actually always too much, but you know, for it's the rules. So I'm gonna do this. If you start from the inside, you're gonna end on the inside. If you're gonna start on the outside, you're gonna end on the outside. I will start on the inside. Yeah? In the center. Now, you've probably seen me do this 100 times. If not, welcome to binding your journal. Don't pull it all the way through, right? Leave a bit. Doesn't really matter if you go up or down. Pick a side, any side. Yes, pull it. Not too tight, lovies, because you can actually rip paper. Now, the most common mistake is to go back into the center. Don't. Go to the complete opposite side. So if you started from the top, you're going to go to the bottom. If you start from the bottom, you're going to go to the top. Yes, again, hold this. Pull it tight, yes. Now you have to go back into the center. Now, if you are using embroidery floss that contains of 6 separate sort of thinner strands of thread, it can be a little bit difficult because you could poke through the actual embroidery floss. That happens to me all the time. So you need to go back. It did work. I did not poke through anything. Yes. But now both of the ends are on one side of this half, so I'm just going to put one of them underneath. Yes, so we have one on the right hand side, on the left hand side. Pull it, not too tight, because again, you can rip it. And then you just tie a double knot. Knot. There you go. You could make a bow, not necessary at all. Yes, in. Take off your clamps. There you go. Too long. See, 2.5 times too long for me. 2 times is, well, long enough for me. There you go. I did fill it up. It's going to be a chunky one. Basically, you have your journal. See, I'm going to put something lovely here. Pages. What did we use? Stuff that I had lying around the house. Yeah, and you don't need all of them to be different. If you have like a beautiful book page and want to use 2 book pages, use 2 book pages, lovies. Use whatever you want. So that is how I bind in a signature. What you could also do, if you don't have a needle, you're really scared, take out a piece of heavier, like a woolly or something. Find the center, put this in the center, wrap it around twice, and just, tie a bow. That will also work. Or use elastics. That's also an option. But if you have a needle, try this, love. You cannot go wrong. And if you go wrong, it's just paper. Okay. Well, now for the fun part. Step 5, decorating. I wanted to add a little bit of trim on my journal, but I forgot to film it. So I'm going to film it again. The other side, yes. I just added a little piece of trim on the edges of my journal because, well, pretty. A, pretty, and B, it will hide the fact that some pages will be a little bit larger. I am using art glitter glue for this. You could also use barely art glue or normal fabric glue. Your hot glue gun will also work, or glue tape would work. Did I do it upside down? Is there an up or down? Apparently there is. Tiny attacher. Guess what? You don't need a tiny attacher. You can just use a stapler if you want to. But I have art glitter glue and I really like it for this kind of project. Yes, it will need to dry. Yes, just a normal piece of trim, of lace, or of something. You could also add a piece of lovely paper if you want to, or a ruffle, or a what have you. Hopefully it will stick because I had to flip it over. Now, the easiest type of closure would be to wrap something around, like pretty ribbon. Yes, from you know, a present or what have you, or woolly. Just wrap it around. I want to do something different. While I'm letting this dry, I'm going to show you what I'm doing. Not really beginner, but I'm going to try to explain. I want to do something with buttons. Now, these are very plain, boring buttons, yeah? But I made it into this. Has a part of a butterfly on it, because there's also butterflies on here. How did I do this? Napkin decoupage. I have a napkin with butterflies, and let me show you how I did it. I just cut out a piece of the butterfly. Now you need just the top layer, lovies. Now do this with tape or what have you. Most of the napkins will have 3 layers. One. There's another one here. And if you cannot reach it, use tape. Just normal tape. Where's your normal tape? I'm gonna take out some tape to show you. If you're doubting, if you're like, is there another layer on here? There probably is. When in doubt, there's probably another layer. See, there's the last layer. Okay, now for this, you're going to need some liquid glue. Not glue stick. You could use art glitter glue, but I wouldn't. So I normally use like Mod Podge or Elmer's school glue, just some liquid white glue. If you're using something like this that is a little bit heavier, I would thin it out with a little bit of water. I'm going to use collage medium because I have it and I need to use it. Okay, my button has like, this is the front, but could be a little bit difficult if you want to decoupage this. So I'm just going to flip it over because that part here is much easier to decoupage. I'm going to add a thin layer of the liquid glue. I should have put something underneath. I know I didn't. Also around the edges, around these edges. Yeah. Thin layer of glue. Placing my butterfly. Hopefully this is sort of the center. Yes. And then I'm adding more glue. In layer, love. Yes. It will start to shape around the button. All the way to the edge. And then press against the edges of this button. Right. A little bit more glue. Now you need to let it dry. You could use what is it? A heat gun. Guess what? You could also use your hairdryer. It will take longer, but honestly, guys, it will actually work. Now I'm going to let it dry for a little bit. Yes, and I'm actually going to rip it that way. Then all the napkin will stay around all the edges of the button. Yeah, so I'm going to let it dry. I will use my heat gun for this because I have one. But guess what? You could also use your hairdryer. It will only take longer. I'm going to attach the buttons with a piece of elastic. Already did the front here. Yeah, I just made holes. I made holes in the buttons, yes. And then pulled a piece of elastic through, tied a knot on the bottom, see? And it is a little bit movable. That's what I want, love. That's what I want. Now, let me show you how I did this, because you don't need a needle. I've taken out a piece of, I think you can do this with just string, yes, or embroidery floss or what have you. But the elastic will allow for the journal to grow a little bit. That's why I'm using elastic. So I'm going to go through. I've already pre-punched my holes. I just put my button on and then punch them, yeah. And I'm going to line up. Come on, you can do it. Yes. Pulling a piece of elastic through here. And then same on the other one. Now, instead of tightening it, oh my gosh, I'm not even in frame. I'm sorry, guys, this is very fiddly. Instead of, you know, pulling this tight and then making a knot, I'm going to leave a lot of room actually, because I want this button, well, not the button's going to stay here. The elastic to go over this whole bit here, yes, and then close up here underneath this button, hopefully in between the lace, like so. See? Closure. Yeah? So we need room for the elastics. So let's have a look on the inside. I'm just going to make a knot. Which is going to be the hardest part. Tying a knot in elastic. Not that easy to do, loves. Yes. Yeah. Okay. See, we have the elastic now, and we can use this as a binding around. Binding with lovely buttons that we made ourselves. Let's do a little bit of decorating on the inside. Blank page, love. Yes. Also, there's this knot here. So I actually want to have a pocket here, but also want to cover this. So I just taken off a piece of the, you know, sewing pattern, because it just looks lovely. And I'm going to cover the whole page, which is not a problem, because this is the cover. So it's a little bit heavier paper, and this is actually very thin paper. Yeah, so it won't create a lot of bulk. So first off, I'm covering it. You will see a little bit of a bump here, but I'm going to fix that as well. Because what I want to do most of the time in my journals is add a pocket to the front and to the back of the journal. I already hopefully cut it to the right size. I think so. If not, we can trim it. See, a little bit of difficulty here because there's this knot here. Just with glue stick. Lovely. You could leave it as is. But I'm actually going to use this birth announcement card for Anna. Yes, who was born in, well, 2012. I'm going to have it here. I'm not going to alter it as now. But what you could do is maybe make a notepad on the inside, which means add signature papers so that you can flip this up and this will be actually a notepad or a scrap sampler. Yeah, so put in lovely papers and then, you know, you have this notepad. I'm going to leave it as is for now. I am going to, this was in an album at one point. Do I need to, I just need to remove this one, otherwise this will be stuck. And this one. Somebody had an album that collected these cards. I also have quite a collection. But I do not put them in an album. I put them in journals. So I'm going to glue here. That was actually a fantastic idea to make this into a notepad. I just thought of it right now. I wish I would have thought of it sooner so that I could made it into a notepad for you guys. Yes, so you can put something behind, you can flip it up, have a notepad. That'll be fantastic. Also want to do something in the back. Now there's this knot here as well, but I don't mind it because it's the exact same color. I do want something here, so I'm guessing I'm going to have a pocket like so that you can tuck something in. Let me pick out a lovely paper to make a pocket with. I'm going to use this very unusual, don't even know what it is, from Lithuania. For some reason it came from there. I do not want it to have it this big, of course, so I am going to make it shorter. I'm just going to mark it like so. Ruler again. Oh my gosh, my desk is so messy, you guys. And there we go. And I'm going to make it a little bit shorter. And also I'm going to fold over the entrance of the side loading pockets. I'm going to do this because I really want to leave all the numbers on here. Yeah. Just going to glue this down. This will require a little bit of glue stick. There you go. And for this I'm going to use my art glitter glue. But you know, you can use glue stick. I've been crafting for quite some time before I even had this glue, and well, everything worked. Or glue tape. I don't enjoy glue tape myself. Oh my gosh. Look what I've done. Yeah, well, smart. Smart. Just drop it. Okay. There we go. Side loading pocket. Now I know this was going to be a pocket, right? Yeah, it's been ripped. I don't mind. No, it's a junk journal of. Yeah. So this is now a pocket. There were more pockets. Let's have a look. I had a pocket here. This one. Now this is wallpaper, and this is newer wallpaper. If you have the very old wallpaper with the paper backing, any glue will do. But if it's a little bit newer, it's a little bit coated with something. Don't know exactly what. Then you will need heavier glue like art glitter glue. There we go. There we go. Now this, on the other side, there's an opening for a pocket. There's no opening here. Well, we can make an opening. Can we not? Yeah. Your scissors, really, are you going to use? I'm going to use my scissors. I'm just going to open it up. Now what you could do, what's lovely, is put some trim on the edges as well. I'm not going to, but by all means, lovies, yes, add a little bit of trim here to indicate that there's a pocket there. See, big pocket here. This is the other side of this beautiful image book page. I believe I got it in Happy Mail, but it looks like it came from sort of the bookend pages from a beautiful book. Yes. And then we're back at the front. Was that it? One pocket, two pockets. Oh no, we have the vellum pockets. Now vellum, guys, that's very difficult to glue. Fortunately, I have Barely Art glue. Barely Art glue glues vellum without making it bumpy. But if you don't have this, either use glue tape, yes, or use a stapler. Now you will see the stapler, but guess what? Put something over it, like a piece of washi tape. Make a tab. I think I'm gonna make a tab here, but I know that Barely Art glue glues vellum and glassine without making it bumpy. And basically that's the only reason that I use this glue. My heart belongs to art and not Bart, apparently. Okie doke. I want to make another pocket with the envelope. With the envelope. Let me show you. I want to use the envelope with a big window as a pocket, but it is too tall. So I'm going to take quite a bit off. I want this to be shorter than a normal page. There we go. I'm just going to take this off, this whole piece over here. There you go. Should I? Well, not really. There you go. Yeah. And I also really want to see the wall. I'm going to attach it here, loves. It's going to go here, but I really want to see the wallpaper. So I actually don't need this whole part here. And also I want it smaller. How much smaller? Well, I'm just going to do yay much smaller. Taking a piece off. Yes. And I also don't need this piece. So I just basically want the window. And the flap. The window and the flap. Because I'm going to attach this around here. Yeah. I'm going to glue here. And there. Oh yes. I'm going to, because you know it's a nice size. I'm going to put glue here, here and here. And also this now sort of covers the writing on here. Yes. You could do inking if you want to. I'm not going to ink because not everybody uses ink or has ink. I do have lovelies alternatives for inks. Let me know if you want to see an ephemera making video, maybe even for this journal, on a budget. Yes, with some alternatives for inks and such. This is gluing on wallpaper. A little bit more difficult than gluing on normal paper, I must admit, especially if it has sort of the vinyl coating that this one has. But it looks lovely. Yes. Now we have all this writing. I don't mind this or this, but I do mind this. So I'm going to add just an image. I'm just going to add an image here because why not? This is again from the encyclopedia. There you go. You could have this as flip out. Oh, I'm going to keep it as flip out. Needs a tab. Needs a tab so you can flip it out and then do some writing here. So I'm going to leave it as is. Oh, that's actually a cool idea. Yeah, because why not? So lovely pocket here with a fishy. Yeah. On the other side of the wallpaper, I have this beautiful coffee dyed paper. And I have a piece of very smudgy, very old, sort of grungy sort of trim. It probably came from some baby bedding or I don't know. I don't know. Which one is the nicer side? Actually, this one is the nicer side. Okay. And I'm just going to glue it on as if it was paper with the glue. Because, oh, why not? Use what you have, loves. Use what you have. Now you could decorate it. Put a lovely label on that says something lovely. What have you? We created another pocket. Another pocket. Now, I've also cut a piece of, yes, the beautiful old handkerchief. And I want to make a pocket with this. Now, as you can tell, I used pinking shears on the top. This is going to be the entrance of this pocket. And I'm going to put it on this piece. Yeah, so this is going to be the entrance of the pocket. But I do not want to just glue it on. I'm going to sort of make seams in it. So I've cut it like I would do a piece of a pocket with gussets. Yes, with these sort of hinges. So here's what I'm doing. I'm going to put glue here. I'm going to put glue here. And here, also mitered the corners. I have never done this before. So I'm hoping it will work. I'm hoping it will work. Yeah, so fold this, fold this. Add glue here. Lots of glue. And glue here. And I'm going to do the last one once these two sides are on. Because I have no clue if this will work. Think so. I mean, why wouldn't it work with fabric. It works with paper, so it should also work with fabric, right? There you go. Folding this in. There you go. Oh yeah, wow. So far it works. There we go. And so, but you could use sewing machine. No sewing machine for me. Oh my gosh, that actually works. Look at that. Yes. A pocket and some lovely decorating. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. Need to let it dry. But that is really cool. Yeah. It has these two holes. It needs something. So I'm going to take out a woolly or something and add it as sort of a tab. I have this. I don't even know what it's for, loves. But it's pink and fluffy and lovely. And, you know, there's lots of pinks and fluffy lovelies in here. So I'm just going to put this through here. Probably going to tie a lovely bow. But on the other side... Oh yeah, cool. And then you can do a little collage here or what have you. And it's just lovely, sticks out. Very cool. More, do we have more pages that we need to do something to? Is this stuck now? Oh my gosh, stuck. Now I need to put something here. This page, guys, this page. Well, I'm going to put something here. Do we have a something? Because I have this whole bag full of things that I've cut from... Oh, that's actually cool. Yeah, I'm going to put a gentleman here. I need to cut his cane. There we go. There you go, gentlemen. Oh, there's a button here. There's a button here. Oh my gosh. I cannot move it. Will it fit? Oh yes, well, it does. It does. There you go. And then I need to cut this off. I didn't see the button there. Yes, do not cut the trim, please. There you go. Look at this. I made a label. I'm gonna put it there. Guys, journaling on a budget is just so cool. Yes. Oh, I did also have this, right? I'm just gonna put it somewhere. We're gonna put it here, but then we have two pockets next to each other. Okay, somewhere else then. No. Where? We already have pocket here, pocket. We have so many pockets already. Pocket. I'm not going to put anything on here. There's a pocket here. Okay, I'm going to put it here. I'm making it into a double pocket, which means I'm going to put glue on the back side. I just love the image and it smells lovely, like mint. It's minty tea. This was a gift from someone. You like tea, right? Actually, I don't. Well, I love tea and I love mint tea, but you know, I have stomach problems and it will be a problem. Yes, so pocket and behind here, another pocket. Does it need a little something? Oh yes, I'm going to put a bird here. You were going to put something on here, I know, but then I found the bird. And it just looks awesome. There we go. I have this. Tab. We wanted to make a tab, right? Where? Yeah, I'm going to make one here. I'm just going to fold it over. Just in case you've used glue that is sort of visible. I must say the Barely Art glue does really work very well on vellum and glassine and such. I'm going to make a small tab here. because why not? Speaking of tabs, do we need more tabs? Was there a sort of a spot, or this is going to be a flip out? This needs a tab. Do we have anything that sort of resembles? Oh, look at that. Well done. See that? Just looks cool. I have this image. I love this image. That's really cool. I could make like a side load. No, there's already something here. A side loading. Yes. Or belly band. Belly band. It's the exact same height. See guys, it can be this quick. Yeah. Oh, I already love it. Yes, it does need ephemera. Do we want to make ephemera Friday? Yeah, that you could use for this journal or any other journal. And also this needs a something. Oh yeah, decoupage. This needs decoupage. But I think that's going to be for another video. Let's do a quick flip through. So we had an hour. Yes. The gathering of the resources will take more than an hour, but it's going to be so much fun. Yeah, because you're going to go on a treasure hunt. You're going to discover fantastic things in your own home. Creating the cover, easy. Making a signature, once you have all your resources, that is really, really easy to do, and it's like a couple of minutes. The binding and the sewing in, if you're gonna do this one, just, try it, lovies, try it. And then the decorating, that will take longer. But I did do this like within an hour. And I really want to finish it because I think it's lovely. I think it's really, really cool. And I want to add a little bit more. Yeah. So I know the binding here is a little bit more advanced. But, if I can do it, you can probably do it. But do a wraparound. You cannot tell that it was a birthday card anymore. It's just really nice and eclectic because someone told me, can you do something eclectic? Well, apparently I can. Yes. And then we have a pocket here. Do I have something to show you that it actually is a pocket? Piece of paper, just a piece of paper. See, pocket here. Big talk spot. I will make a notepad in here. That would be less difficult if it wasn't already glued on. But I'm going to make a notepad for sure. I need to make a score here and put stuff in that you can flip it up and have it as a notepad. Or just put writing paper here and have it as a journal spot. I will do more decorating and more tabs. Right, pocket here, so it needs a lovely card and some more decorating. I'm going to do something to these edges and decorate a little bit. Beautiful page, needs a page edge. Oh yeah, it's gonna make page edges as well. Pocket here, this needs some decorating. This needs a lovely card. I do not really want to do a lot to this, but I am going to, yeah. Look at that, yeah, it's just beautiful. And then I made a small tab here. Now, normally, because I have all the stuff, I would put in eyelets and breads and what have you. I might do this tomorrow. So it won't be like budget anymore, but maybe have some. A double pocket here, some lovely decorating. Look at that. Yeah, it's just cool. It's just really cool. Yes, and it's with glue and you don't see the glue seeping through, and it has just lovely edges. I could have also sort of done, maybe. This needs lots of decorating. I think I'm going to do some decoupage on here. Look at the center. I'm not going to do anything to the center. Yeah, it needs something for sure. Love this. And then you can do all sorts here and here. Another pocket. This just needs a label or so, and you're done. Oh, I love this. Yeah, we need to cover this up, I think, with something. Then we had the fishies. Again, pocket. It's a pocket. This could do with some decorating. Belly band, so you can put something behind. Back, more pockets. Oh, just lovely. And more pockets, and a gentleman with a knot behind his ear. And we could do a little bit here and here. I love it. I love it. I'm really excited about this, guys. Fantastic. Guys, that's it for today. Take out go on a treasure hunt. Yes, gathering resources. Go on a treasure hunt. Find a lovely greeting card and do it. Just do it. Just do it. Okay, lovies, I'll be back again this Friday. I am going to take out more very cheap stuff that I can find around the house. And then I'm going to finish this one, make lots of pretty ephemera. So I'm going to see you Friday. Until then, bye guys.